as proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
Okay, alright. Let's see who it is then. Okay. Alright. What? Huh? Wait, what? Why him? But he was Iron Man. How is that going to... Multiverse. Why is it the multiverse now? Well, hopefully I'm not the only one who hates this casting, right? I mean, people waited years for this. Surely there'll be more controversy and dislike towards this, right? I think it's time for episode 2. Let's get this over with. Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. I don't like it. So, this video is going to be a little different than usual. I'm only going to briefly explain why I don't like this casting because a lot of my anger is actually towards the people who defend the casting and say they like it, or at least the reasons why. But, in case you don't know, about a month ago, during San Diego Comic-Con, it was revealed that the next big villain for the MCU's multiverse saga was going to be Dr. Doom. Now, a lot of people were actually excited for this because, well, we have not gotten a good live-action Dr. Doom since 1994. So to say people were waiting for a good Dr. Doom for decades is a bit of an understatement. However, a lot of people began to lose hope when it was revealed that RDJ was going to play Dr. Doom. Now, I'm not saying that he's a bad actor at all. I mean, he won an Oscar for a reason. However, I just think it feels lazy and desperate to get an actor from the Infinity Saga to come back and to play this character, especially when he already played Iron Man, who had a great send-off in Endgame. Also, I wouldn't be so worried if this wasn't done during the multiverse saga. You know, the saga where the multiverse is constantly being used and legacy actors are coming back to play their characters. Yeah, that saga. So, instead of Victor Von Doom being Dr. Doom, we're probably gonna get some dumb, evil Tony Stark variant being Dr. Doom. Yeah! That was something people wanted! Good job, Kevin Feige! However, before I start to rant, let me just say this. If you like the casting, or if you think there's potential in it, that's perfectly fine. I may not agree with you, but I can at least respect your opinion. However, I start to get mad when people who like it go on the internet, find people who don't like it or are expressing their concerns with it and go, "Duh, all you guys do is just complain." Or go, "Duh, Marvel fan, try not to complain challenge impossible." I'm sorry, if you do that, you're not being funny or cool. You're being a jackass! So stop doing that and respect people's opinions. If I see that one more time, I'm going to lose it! Anyways, now that I have expressed my dislike towards the casting, let's go analyze some counter arguments.
But Angel, this version of Dr. Doom is going to be based on infamous Iron Man.
Did you actually look at the story of infamous Iron Man? In case you don't know, infamous Iron Man is Victor Von Doom, not Tony Stark. Now, let me explain to you the story of infamous Iron Man. During this time, Tony Stark was dead from Civil War II. Dr. Doom's face was also healed and back to normal. This is important because one of the main reasons why Doom is evil is because his face is scarred up. So, when his face is finally healed, he no longer feels this sense of hatred and negativity. This makes Victor want to do good. So, when he sees that the mantle of Iron Man is open up for grabs, he decides to take it out of respect for Tony Stark's legacy. This works because Iron Man and Doctor Doom have had a constant rivalry for decades, and they have constantly fought each other. So, let me ask you this. How is that going to work for this version of Doctor Doom when, one, he is just being barely introduced to the MCU, and two, he will probably be from the universe of the MCU's Fantastic Four, which is separate from the main MCU universe? I'm sorry, but that is not going to work at all, because there won't be this great sense of history between Iron Man and Doctor Doom, because Iron Man has been dead for years, and this version of Doctor Doom is just barely being introduced. The story of infamous Iron Man does not work for this version of Doctor Doom. So stop saying it's going to be based on that story. I am tired of people saying that. Do you know what's funny? I know so much about Doctor Doom because I go on the internet and search about him and watch videos about him. There is no excuse to get his character wrong or the stories that he's part of. We live in the era of the internet. Back in the early 2000s, you had to read decades of stories to understand his character. But now, all you need is just one video to have a good enough grasp of his character. Stop getting stories like Infamous Iron Man wrong. Go on YouTube, look up the story, and watch a brief video about it so you can have a better understanding of it, like how I did. Stop getting stories like these wrong. Also, we should not be associating Doctor Doom with Iron Man. Now, I know originally Doctor Doom was supposed to be an Iron Man villain, but Doctor Doom is and always will be a Fantastic Four villain. That's like me fucking saying Juggernaut is a Spider-Man villain because he's fought him before. Several times, actually. That's stupid logic. Doctor Doom and Reed Richards have such a unique history and rivalry. But we're probably not going to get that in the MCU. It's stupid that people are looking forward to MCU Doctor Doom interacting with Spider-Man instead of Reed Richards. This is so stupid!
But we're in the multiverse saga. They are probably gonna do a multiverse twist and change the story a bit.
Okay, fine. Let's assume that they are going to do a multiverse twist on the infamous Iron Man story. First of all, why would he pick that story? And second, it doesn't change the fact that nobody asked for that. Maybe if the other live-action Doctor Dooms were good before, then maybe I would understand why they want to change that. But guess what? None of them are good, especially Fantastic. That version of Doom is trash. So why would they do a multiverse twist on them? They first need to get normal Doctor Doom right. And it's clear that they're not trying to do that. You know you messed up when Superhero Squad has a better Doctor Doom. Fortnite has a better Doctor Doom. Fortnite!
But Angel, Doom wears that goddamn mask. No one will see his face.
Ugh, this one is so stupid. Do you honestly think they're going to keep him with the mask on? Robert Downey Jr. was just paid $80 million to come back to the MCU. Do you really think they're going to waste that money on him just so he can keep the mask on? Do you know who else they do that to? Tom Holland's Spider-Man. People constantly make fun of him for doing that. Almost every single scene he is in, he constantly takes off his mask. It's constantly annoying. There is nothing to suggest that he will keep the mask on. He will probably keep it for a little bit, but there will probably be some dumb dramatic scene where the mask is taken off and people go, oh my god, it's Tony Stark. And he'll probably leave the mask off for the rest of the movie. What makes you think they're going to keep the mask on? Stop saying that. It is stupid. Also, if you do keep him without the mask on, then you're not getting the character of Doom. Doctor Doom refuses to take off his mask because Like how I said before, his face is scarred up, so he refuses to expose his face to anyone. If there is going to be a scene where a character knocks off his mask and it's just going to be Robert Downey Jr.'s normal face, I'm sorry, but I'm going to lose it at the theater.
But what about Josh Brolin and Oscar Isaac? Why is it okay for them to play multiple Marvel characters?
Josh Brolin and Oscar Isaac playing different Marvel characters is completely different than RDJ playing Doctor Doom and Iron Man. Josh Brolin was Thanos, a purple alien who had a ton of CGI applied to them. He was also Cable, who came from the Fox universe, a universe that had different continuity from the MCU. Oscar Isaac was the MCU's Moon Knight. He was also Miguel O'Hara, an animated character that came from the Sony universe. He was also Apocalypse, a character that came from the Fox universe. Do you see why it's okay for Josh Brolin and Oscar Isaac to play different Marvel characters? It's because they come from different continuities. RDJ is playing two characters who come from the same continuity. And I know that there are people who are gonna go, "Duh, what about Gemma Chan? She was a character from Captain Marvel and the Eternals." First of all, Gemma Chan played a character in Captain Marvel no one knew or even cared about. So I think it was fine for her to play another character in the MCU. Don't compare her roles to RDJ, who played the character who started the MCU.
But Angel, there's a what if comic where Doctor Doom becomes Iron Man. It is clear that they are basing this version of Doom off of that comic.
And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The worst counter argument I have ever heard in defense of this casting. Really? You're basing your counter argument off of a what if comic nobody knew until the last month? That is stupid! Why would they base their casting off of a what if comic? Stop acting all smart because you think they based their logic off of a what if comic. They didn't. No one knew about that comic until people looked it up to try to find a reason as to why they would do that. The reason why it did that was because they were desperate at trying to find a way to regain fans' hope of the MCU. And guess what? They failed. Also, if they somehow prove me wrong and do a good job with Doctor Doom, then I'll make a video admitting I was wrong. But I doubt that. Can't wait until 2026. Man, that was rough to get through. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. As always, comment down below what you thought of this video. Do you disagree with what I said, or do you agree? Anyways, feel free to like and subscribe, and also check out my TikTok account. It's literally the same name as my main channel. I'll probably put a link down below. Also check out my Instagram. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Also, if they really wanted to do an evil Iron Man, they could have just done Superior Iron Man. He was right there! You could have gotten RDJ to come back as an evil version of Iron Man, and it would have been pretty cool. You could have gotten him to say the famous "I've been playing human" line, but no! Instead, we get this garbage! Wow! Awesome! Can't wait for Doomsday! I'm out of here.